Do you know how much energy it takes to open a portal? And when we start anchoring into our divine feminine energy, we stop doing so much. So we do less, we have more time. We may get bored. We may spend time in space just existing. And you might find that old patterns come up that make you feel like you should be doing something, or like you're procrastinating, or like you're falling behind, and your mind might start spiraling and feeding you these stories about how you're not going to make any more money if you're not putting energy in towards your business. And if you're just sitting there doing nothing, time is passing by and you're wasting time, and it's already the end of January and X, Y, and Z. Do you know how much energy it takes to open a portal through space and time that takes you directly to where you want to go? Do you know how much energy that takes? How much high voltage, high frequency power that takes? Do you know how many batteries that it would require? How many windmills? How many, what other ways? Solar panels? Do you know how much energy it would require to collect, store, and then use in a high voltage zap to send enough power to literally pierce through the space-time continuum? A fucking lot. Like a fucking lot of power. So I'm saying all of this to say, divine feminine, when you start downshifting and leaning back into your throne and getting comfortable there and getting comfortable doing less, and you start to enjoy doing less, and the other timeline of your life that used to get a lot of your power, that used to receive a lot of your energy, that you used to put a lot of your like your masculine energy towards, your focus, your effort, your time, your attention. You used to feed that old timeline a lot of your energy. And now that you're taking your energy back and you're realizing you don't have to do as much to get as much done because magic is real, and your angels are waiting all around you for you to ask for their help, for them to get stuff done on a higher timeline. And the timeline that we can see with our human eyes is actually the slowest one. So whatever way you think that things have to get done, and the order that things have to get done in order for them to get done the fastest, that's the slowest, because that's the one that your human mind can come up with. And you're the last to know. You're the last to know about blessings. And the angels are just like, hee. When are they going to hand it over to us and we'll get it done like that? And it's going to be and include bigger and way more things that they wanted than they were including for themselves, because a lot of their subconscious still feels unworthy of all of the things that we have to give them. So all they have to do is open the door and let the water in, and we'll flood the damn place. But here we sit in our human body looking at all the things that we have to do to achieve the goal. And we're like, damn, if I just sit here and do nothing like a divine feminine, this doesn't feel very divine at all, because nothing's getting done. And that's the fun part. When you reach that wall of anchoring into your divine feminine and you feel like you are not doing enough, and that is a reoccurring energy that's going to take different forms. It's going to try to find its way in through different stories, through different avenues, through different neural pathways, through different relationships, through real physical 3D people. When you're walking across the street and a car pulls up and you feel the need to walk faster so that you can get to the other side so that car can go, this energy is going to take so many different forms in your 3D reality. We are playing Jumanji here when we're activating our Kundalini energy, because we are ridding ourselves of all of those old timelines in every form. And the further that energy gets from our physical vessel, the smaller it appears in our reality. And that example that I just talked about, when you're walking across the street and there's a car and maybe the driver is sending you some hurry the fuck up energy, and you can feel that, and you choose to walk slower, or you drop your keys in the middle of the road and you bend and snap and pick them up, look at them, blow them a kiss and keep walking, and send them pure, compassionate love, you tell those old timelines to fuck right off. And if you want to keep a little fold-up chair in your pocket and sit in the middle of that road so that that car, you don't have to be obnoxious about it, but once you get to the level of understanding that I'm at, it's not obnoxious, it's actually very kind, to disrupt the patterns of the energy that are trying to rush you. Because someone, if it's a physical person trying to rush you, they feel rushed. And nobody enjoys feeling rushed. We just enjoy the dopamine of the tiny little reward that we get when we get to where we're going. And then we realize that it's all an illusion anyways, and we're feeling worse than we did before. That's a little bit of a tangent. This whole thing's a tangent. So do you know how much energy that is required to get there the fastest a lot of energy that you can't see, because we, in this human physical form, we have descended down into this dense plane. So we don't see it as energy anymore. We see it as physical matter, but there is still energy everywhere around. Because if we saw all the energy, we would lose our fucking human minds. And that's on purpose. We wanted to be humans. We came to this to be humans, to experience energy this way and to create with energy this way, because we have 8 energy centers, and that's just the start. Those are just the major ones. We have 8 major energy centers that do this on our behalf. And all we have to do is allow the energy that flows through that to inform our decisions, our conscious awareness, and our free will. And we have to allow and bring our awareness to these chakras to make sure that they're clean, that they're open, that things are flowing. And it's very obvious in your life if there is any sort of distortion coming through one of these energy. I want you to think of them like projectors. Like they all have their own movie screen. They're all projecting a different color so that you see the images that you see. And so if something seems a little off color, or if it seems a little unaligned with you, you don't like it, it doesn't feel good. You don't question why it doesn't feel good. You just say yes to your body. You say, yes, I hear you. That doesn't feel good. I'm going to address it. Or I'm just going to go this way because this way feels good. You don't even have to address what doesn't feel good, because your energy and your light are so powerful. When you turn your light over here and you just focus on what feels good, anything that's no longer aligned with that highest timeline dissolves away because your angels are on it. So when you lean back and you sit back in your throne and you downshift and you're moving at a snail's pace on the highest path, you got to go slow to go fast. Okay. Watch the rest of the world. Everyone's buzzing around like they got somewhere to be. Where are they going? To the end. When's the end? Never. Nobody wins. Nobody wins. The only people who win will understand that death is an illusion. So once you get to the point that maybe you're bored, or maybe you're feeling rushed, or maybe you're feeling like you're just making all of this up to make yourself feel better, and eventually you're really going to have to go back to the real world and face something. When you're feeling like giving up, when you're feeling you're at your edge, or when you feel like you need to do something to make something happen, I want you to remember this little talk that we had, how much power it takes. It takes a lot more than this pointy little pencil lead breaking through this receipt. I'll tell you that much. By the way, keep your receipts and do money magic with them. We'll be doing this at the retreat that I'm hosting, Flotel Monterey, March 30th through April 3rd, I believe. Remember this little chat we had about how much energy it takes to open a portal to get you directly where you want to go, through the time-space continuum, into a higher dimension instantaneously by making one small decision to shift back. So the reason I say all of this is that if you feel like you're not doing anything, remember how much you're actually doing. Hello, throat chakra. Mary Magdalene, we love you. Remember how much you are actually doing in the 5D. When you slow down and you choose to move slower, to walk slower, to sway your hips, to cancel that dinner date or that appointment because you're tired, you're really tired. You take a nap and then you still don't go because you just don't want to, because it doesn't align or whatever. When you make choices in your divine feminine essence, you gather all of your power and you burst through the time-space continuum and you pop out on the other side. This is how we quantum leap. And then once you're on the other side, you have to adjust your new awareness to what you're seeing. And this is a part that most people don't learn. But when you're tracking your cycle and you check into the Flotel, that's not a problem because your womb keeps you up to speed. All right. Class is ended. Love you.